Hi everyone, my name is Luis.bedoya, and today I will be showing you 10 things that you need to know before moving to the Tampa Bay area, Pinellas County, cities like Clearwater or St. Petersburg. Now, if you are moving, relocating, or visiting the Pinellas County, the Tampa Bay area, this video is for you. It's going to save you a lot of time in learning the things that locals already know. Okay, so first of all, let me take you to the map right over here. Here you can see a map of the United States. You probably already know where Florida is located, but just so you know, the Tampa Bay area is going to be right at the central west coast of the county, of the state. And on top of that, you have to keep in mind that this Tampa Bay area encompasses the city of Tampa Bay, and it goes all the way up to Tarpon Springs and goes down to St. Petersburg. So in reality, we're talking about, when we say the Tampa Bay, we mean Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg, Largo, Palm Harbor, etc. We've got Tampa Bay founded in 1887 with an estimated population of 400,000 people as of 2022. The average cost for property, the average property price is $387,000, and it's had a 33% increase since the last 12 months. Average rent is $1,820 a month. We have the city of St. Petersburg down here. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of zoom. This beautiful city here, was founded in 1888, 1 year after Tampa. Average is, the estimated population is 260,000, so that's about a third of Tampa. It's an average price of $370,000, which is 17K lower than Tampa, and it's had a 22% appreciation rate for the last 12 months. Rent here is $1,860 a month. So Clearwater was founded in 1915. That's a little bit like 25 years after the other two cities. This city has about 116,000 people estimated as of 2022. That's a quarter of Tampa Bay's population, and our average property price is $338,000 with a 22% increase in the last 12 months, just as much as we saw on St. Petersburg. Average rent is $1,749, and it's something that you definitely want to keep in mind, that rent is going to be a little bit lower when you're in Clearwater, a little bit higher when you're in St. Pete, and it goes down a little bit again when you're in Tampa. So in terms of weather, we have only about 2 to 3 months that we see a little bit of winter. Temperatures drop down to about 50 to 54 Fahrenheit degrees in our Tampa Bay area. When it's summer, it's muggy, it's humid, it rains a lot, there's a lot of thunderstorms, so you have to be aware of surge protection devices being installed correctly in your home, especially if you have expensive electronic equipment. Every year we have hurricane alerts that we have to prepare and be ready for hurricanes, and have our food supplies and electricity supplies at home, batteries and whatnot. It's important that we're prepared here in the state of Florida, as it happens every once in a while we do get hit with a hurricane. Let's talk about the outdoor activities here in Pinellas, because you have so many options. If you have a boat, you can go boating, sailing, you can go to Three Rooker Island, you can party with your friends, you can go into marinas, just park your boat and walk straight up into a restaurant, have a few drinks, sail back and boat back to your home. It's several options. You can paddleboard, you can kayak, and we have over 100 natural parks in Pinellas County. So if you have dogs, if you have pets, make sure you take your furry friends out to these parks. That's a perfect way for them to release all their energy and get all their stress out of just being at home. We have springs, we have rivers. You can go to the Weeki Wachee River, you can go to the Rainbow River, and you can do tubing, you can do snorkeling. You can go snorkel at these rivers or ponds. The Silver Glen Springs, you can see fish swimming right next to you. So I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. We also have museums. We have the Lipa Ratner Museum in Tarpon Springs. We have the Museum of Fine Arts in St. Petersburg, and we also have the Salvador Dali, which is a world-renowned, world-class art museum that you should definitely visit, even if you're just going to be staying here for a little while. We have the Florida Strawberry Festival. That wasn't in my list, but just came to my mind. We have the Clearwater Jazz Festival, best performance in the world, playing here at Clearwater Jazz. We have the Firestone Grand Prix in St. Petersburg every spring annually. They bring the Formula One cars. So if you're a racetrack aficionado like myself, I totally, absolutely love having the opportunity to go see some Formula One here in Pinellas County. Traffic, this is a very important topic. As you already know, we have the bay as an obstacle right in the middle, dividing the Hillsborough County and Pinellas County. So for that purpose, traffic can get very hectic during work hours, during commuting times like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. It gets a lot more difficult to travel the county. The beaches are really hard to get to during the weekends. If you're visiting the beaches early in the morning, 9, 10 a.m., it might be still doable, but at 11 or 12, you're gonna be stuck in traffic for like 40 minutes just to cross on that little bridge, because we have so many few bridges that are connecting the beaches. So you have to be aware of that. But in reality, our traffic is nothing like you'll see in cities like Miami. Absolutely not. And take that from somebody who actually lived there. So if you are going to be staying here for a little while, or if you're going to buy a property, I recommend you pay attention or consider what it is that you do in your daily day and with your life. If you're someone who needs to be in between cities, I would suggest that you look for a property that's closely located to 275. Now we're gonna talk about wildlife. Yes, we do have a lot of mosquitoes. There might be areas here where you go out and you're gonna have 30 of those suckers flying next to you and around your legs and stepping all over your face. So make sure you have protection, make sure you bring a spray. Also, no-see-ums, those tiny little bugs that they bite the crap out of you, the living crap out of you. We have alligators in pretty much almost every body of water that you see, so stay away from them. Don't feed them. They really are just as afraid as you are of them, so don't mess with them and they will mess with you. Same with snakes. They're mostly harmless, but you might find them whenever you're going to your shed or going outside walking your dog. There might be snakes, so watch out for that. If you have a dog, make sure that he's not looking at any frogs. We have frogs that can potentially get your dog sick. So this is something that you just want to be mindful of. We have squirrels, we have raccoons, we have lizards, we have deer. These are all harmless animals, especially the lizards and the squirrels. Don't be afraid of them. There's gonna be a ton of lizards over here, just letting you know. Don't say I didn't tell you. Finances, it's important that you are aware. You probably already know this, but in Florida, you don't have to pay state taxes. Voila, just saved a bunch of money, not paying any state taxes. So if you're considering that move from a different state and you're still not sure, make sure you do the math on that. Make sure you look at the numbers, because this might very well be a good reason why to move to Florida. Also, you can homestead your property. If you're going to be buying a property and living in that property as your primary residence and you're not renting it out to a tenant, you can homestead that property, and the state of Florida will give you a discount over the property taxes that you're owed every year, because that's a homesteaded household property. So you should definitely look into that and consider that. I know homeowners that they pay between $500, $1,000, $3,000 of income, of property taxes a year, because they're homesteaded. Please just be mindful that you can homestead your property. A lot of people, they move, they buy, and they never homestead their properties, and they waste thousands of dollars that they could have saved. Now we have great appreciation. If you just notice, the last 12 months, we've had 33% increase in Tampa, 22% in St. Petersburg City. Last year, between 2020 to 2021, we saw an appreciation rate of roughly about 25 to 27%. But make sure you check out this video I'm putting right here next to this. This is an interview that I had with Austin. Austin is a loan officer located in Idaho. He works in several states in Florida, and he's also an avid investor, Airbnb owner. He'll be talking about in this video about different investment opportunities, different loan application programs that he's got available for you. And if you have any more questions about his investments or how to get started, feel free to contact us. We're here to help you. We have the best beaches in the United States, that being Clearwater. According to TripAdvisor, Clearwater is, I think it's in between the top 15 beaches in the world and the country, along with St. Petersburg Beach, which is top beach number 1, and it's number 4 around the world. You are going to be seeing a lot more tourism moving to this side of Florida. The tourism that was going before to Miami, to Orlando, it's starting to wake up to the possibility of vacations in St. Pete. This has driven Airbnbs and seasonal rental prices up. I see rentals being between $3,000 to $5,000 a month. You can only, you know, some of these have a minimum length required of 3 months. So that means you're dropping 10K, 15K in cash, sending that in on a transaction, probably between 8 to 6 months in advance. And that's just how hot is the seasonal market in the Tampa Bay and Pinellas County beaches. So again, if you have more questions about investing, buying, selling, getting into Airbnbs or short or long-term seasonal rentals, check out the video with Austin and make sure you contact me. In terms of shopping, we have the Countryside Mall, we have the Clearwater Mall, we have the Largo Mall, we have the Tyron Mall, and we also have the Tampa International Mall. We also have the outlets. The outlets are a little bit more outside of town. It will take you about 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get to them. We also have top-notch restaurants. Those are usually in Tampa. You're gonna find world-renowned, world-class restaurants that are mostly gonna be located in the Tampa area. But we have a lot of family-owned businesses in Clearwater, Dunedin, Tarpon Springs, and St. Peter's. We also have the regular grocery shopping centers like Walmart, Target, Publix, Costco, Sam's Club. We also have the organic ones that you may or may not have heard. We've got one called Trader Joe's, we've got Nature's Food Patch, we've got another one called Sprouts. Here we made it to the section that I've separated specifically for the beaches. So you have to understand that the beaches can be very different from each other. They have different regulations, they have different laws, they're different cities. Just to give you an example, some cities will not allow any Airbnbs. Some parts of the beaches will not allow a stay that's shorter than 3 months. So that makes it so that everyone that's in that city, that's in that beach, pretty much has a reason to be there. You're not gonna be seeing all this crazy tourism that you see in places like Clearwater Beach, that you see in places like St. Pete Beach. Now you're gonna see a lot of locals go into areas like John's Pass. This is a both touristic place, but it's also a place for the locals. John's Pass is right in between Madeira Beach and North Reddington Beach and North Beach. These areas are just names. They're separated by maybe either a mile or two. It's a 5-minute drive distance. But why is it important to keep an idea of these beaches? Because they will vary. They will have different type of properties. Some of these beaches that were built in the 60s and 70s, like Madeira Beach in St. Pete. If you're buying a condo down there, it's gonna be 1970s, probably 1980s. But if you're buying something in Clearwater Beach, very likely it's gonna be something built in the 2000s, 2010. It's gonna be much more expensive. If you're trying to stay away from all that craziness, you can go all the way up to Honeymoon Island. You can go a little bit higher up to Dunedin. These are not beaches. These are intercoastal cities. They have a waterfront area, but these are not beaches. These are not areas where you're gonna, put your bathing suit on and go into the water. If you want to go crazy, if you want to have a crazy night, I recommend you go to Ybor City and downtown Tampa Bay. That's where the coolest and craziest bars are at. St. Pete downtown, it's gonna be a little bit more in between that experience. There's also a lot of breweries, a lot of bars, a lot of international foods, and there's a lot of people that are just traveling. We got Dunedin. Dunedin is such a nice area to hang out. We've got a club that is connected to a restaurant, and it has its own outside seating area where there's always a performer or two playing live music. So these are some of the best areas to go to in the Pinellas County and Tampa Bay area if you're looking for some nightlife action. A lot of people, they just straight up go to Orlando. You can just go to Orlando. It's a 2-hour drive. You can go to Miami. It's gonna be a 4-hour drive, stay at a hotel, stay at a friend's house. It's really easy and quick for you to get to Miami. I've even known of people that they take their jet ski from Miami to the Bahamas, and I think it's about a 4-hour ride, just, spending a whole weekend in the Bahamas, just taking your jet ski or your boat. Pretty cool, ain't it? I really hope you like this video. I try to make it as fast and quick as possible, but there was a lot of information and still a lot more that I'm not gonna be able to share with you in this video. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, contact me, call me, text me. If you want a home evaluation report, if you live in the county and you're curious about what your home costs right now, I'll be happy to send you a free home valuation report if you just click the link down below in this video. Also, If you want to get a market report that's separated by neighborhoods, just ask me. I'll send you a report for Largo, a report for Clearwater, Dunedin, each city. Now, if you have any questions about buying or selling, go to my Facebook page. It's going to be in this link, and you can set up an online meeting with me. That way, we put it in the schedule. We sit down and have a conversation. Make sure you watch this playlist where I'll be showing you the top parks in the Pinellas County. You have to visit the botanical gardens. Please do it for me. Call me, I'll go there with you. I'll take you there, I'll show you the botanical gardens, but you have to experience it. Like this sort of videos, you like this type of videos, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you're notified next time that I put out any content. It was my pleasure talking to you today, and these were the top 10 things that you needed to learn about moving to the Tampa Bay, specifically Pinellas County, Florida. Thank you, and bye-bye.